What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of College Football 26. We had some crazy storylines that I want to go over in the off season, so we're going to do just that. Starting off with, we have a quarterback battle once again. The first man in our quarterback battle is the fifth-year Aggie, Gregory Ginn. He was one of the first players we ever recruited, four-star recruit, impact development out of Mount Airy, Georgia, in Metro Atlanta. He has put on some pounds since then, 5'11", 219, with some very solid attributes. Didn't reach his potential in really anything but accuracy, but I think he's a great quarterback who's certainly capable of carrying a team to the playoff if he were the starter. He's certainly a positive impact, and he decided to stay here. Ginn was a guy who thought about transferring a few times, but has turned into one of the most loyal players on the team, and if we are to give him the starting role, we would be giving a pretty solid player. If you asked me 2 years ago if I was confident with Ginn starting on the team, I would have said no. He was in a quarterback battle entering the 2028 season, but ended up being the third string. Again, in 2027 was not really a guy for us. 2026 he redshirted. But last year in garbage time, this guy would come in and dot up defenses, 73% completion, 8 touchdowns, no picks, adding a touchdown on the ground and 700 almost passing yards. But we brought in Bruce Johnson, and he is a very interesting player because he's got elite development and he is just a junior. Bruce Johnson is a 2-year starter at Michigan State, where in just 5 games his freshman year, he had 18 total touchdowns to just 3 interceptions. He broke out, was expected to be an elite player going into last year, where he was very solid, not as good, but he put up 10 rushing scores, 22 passing. He is certainly a quarterback capable of carrying a team to the college football playoffs, and with elite development, I might just lean his way. But the thing is, even though he has more throw power, he does not know the system like Gregory Ginn does. He does not have the honor within the coaching staff that Gregory Ginn does. I mean, I have more appreciation and respect for Gregory Ginn than probably any other player on this team. He has sat behind, waited his turn. He has always been the next guy in the chair. And if he ends his career with A&M like that, he is not going to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. He will probably become a backup, but not a starter. Then Jamie Maggio is another guy with starting experience. He started the past 2 years at Tulane. Not very good. He's been horrible there, looking to kind of find his footing as a third string with us this year, where he can play at a big-name school and maybe even transfer out again next year and find his true home. Running back Ben Clemens is back. And he had a great offseason. He's up to 200 pounds. You got Cornell Anthrop. And then we also have Raphael Biggers back. Biggers went from not at all being the guy to a hat trick in the national championship. We'll talk more about that later. But his normal development has kind of hurt him, and the senior might not get as much time as he thinks. Frederick Teamer is an interesting player. He comes in from Syracuse, former underdog recruit, just a low-end 3-star who had to work his way up from Georgia Southern, where he was a freshman and redshirt freshman. Didn't even play there. Didn't play at Syracuse, but broke out last year for 1,000 yards and 13 rushing touchdowns. That's the same amount as Raphael Biggers with more yards. I like Teamer's speed, and I think he is going to be in the mix with Ben Clemens, with Raphael Biggers. On the bench, we'll have guys like Anthrop, Kiki Alati, Glenn Stye are back. And then some high-level recruits like Gerald Stephen, who will redshirt this year, but the 4-star Gem star development is likely to be a starter someday. You've also got Mike Bunch, who is a 5-star freshman with impact development. Not as good as we'd like. I think he might transfer away after a season or two if we don't fit his needs. Receiving, we bring in Trent Callis, who is one of the best players in the country. Over the past 3 years, Callis has had 2 straight years with 1,000 receiving yards and 13 touchdowns. Faced us in the national championship last year and said if you can't beat him, might as well join him. Callis is an older player. Could have left after 2028 and been likely a first-round pick, decided to come back last year and he's coming back again. This guy is going to be a 4-year star. But I don't know what the future holds for him in the NFL. I think he'll still be a solid player, but possibly not as good as Jabu Rome, whose elite development trait has finally kicked in. Over the past 2 years, as an underclassman, Jabu has compiled just about 600 total yards with 7 touchdowns for Mr. Jabu Rome. Very solid player. Leo Charles is here. We have Brian Haynes, the sophomore. The receiving room is not as deep as it was, not near as deep as it was last year. We won't have 2 guys in the Heisman race, but we do have a solid tight end group. We have Celessi Miles for his senior year, and we also bring in Bryce Proctor from Iowa. We know how good they can develop tight ends. He's been a backup for them. He'll be in the mix for us, 6'4", and then Tyler G will be our blocker type guy. At left tackle, it's Tavares Aragus, the 90 overall, 6'7", 324. No sacks given up last year in 12 starts with Ohio State. He comes over here. He is going to be a first-round draft pick if the season were to end today. Nico Guillermo, another great transfer. Over his past 26 starts, just 1 sack. Tyler Way is back at center. Gideon Chukwuma is back at guard. And David Wusu is back at tackle. Left edge, you got Gillen, Ed Ramesh, who led the NCAA in sacks last year with 34 TFLs. He's going to play every second and will likely be a first-round draft pick. Bob Austin is here. TJ Purdy, everybody from last year. The D-tackle room looks different, but we have 2 freshmen over 80 overall who will play. Easton Woodson, who can play on the offensive line as well. Woodson from Coppell, Texas, elite development trait. We're looking to play him on the defensive line. Duran Alaka, another 5-star, impact development trait. And Lamar Callis, the junior, who I believe put up some solid stats last year despite an injury. Yeah, put up 11 TFLs in a sack and a half his junior year. He's finally becoming a star player. Jamerson Stead, just a 3-star transfer, but he put up solid stats last year at Tennessee. Only played 2 games due to injury, but he had a sack and a half, 3 TFLs. Before that, he was a rotational guy at Memphis. I think he's going to break out big time here in his junior year with us after a great offseason. Trapuka is back. He has done it all. Like, you look at this guy, 6 games, 6 sacks, 3 interceptions the year before that, 105 tackles the year before that. He's been in a different role each year. He was our starting Mike linebacker as a redshirt freshman. Then as a redshirt sophomore, he was more of an off-ball outside linebacker. And then last year, he was more of a pass rushing outside linebacker, even though he missed a lot of time due to injury. Kiki Opa, your guess is as good as mine, is also going to be very good. Russ Crook, who's been here since very early on. Floyd Thrash is a solid freshman. I like Mike Bettis to take a big jump as well. He's a guy who has played just a little bit over the past few seasons. I think he will break out big time. I like Brian DeLuca, the sophomore thumper with elite dev trait. The highest rated player on the team is Taylor Virgil. He actually might be the highest rated player in the nation because this guy has elite development trait. He was amazing at North Carolina last year. 4 interceptions. Kiki Omame, the transfer. Walt Jones, the transfer. We still got Teo, still got Bragg. This is an unreal secondary. Jermaine Maimi, Dion Gathers, Tevin Winston, and James Madden are still here. And then our kicker and punter, Jamie Sosa, George Kareem, have become very solid as well. Some storylines around the nation at the quarterback position in the portal. Texas Tech with a battle between Brendan Blackshear, who was their guy last year, was very good, 39 total touchdowns. They like him a lot. But they also have Jose Perkins, who was solid enough last year at Oklahoma State, coming over from Rutgers. Now he thinks he can start at Texas Tech. They come into the year ranked 23rd, and they'll have to make a decision whether it's Blackshear or Perkins who will get the go. Toledo has Taj Mechie. He's a guy who's been starting for a long time. He'll be a fourth-year starter. 2 years at Pitt, and then really turned it up at Toledo last year. He was one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Three-way quarterback battle at Troy. Don't really care about that. Tulane will have a battle between Nick Caesar and Alani Hembill, who's never played a snap, taking over for the guy we got. Kevin Likely is so good. I love Kevin Likely. Love me some Kevin Likely. His first 2 years were better than his most recent season, but he's still been great for 3 years. Year 5 with UAB, it will be his 4th year starting. He's so good. Brady Isaac will get the go for UCLA. He has never played a snap before, and now as a sophomore redshirt, he will be getting the go. Oof, yikes, quarterback room there. Couple of yikeses. Paul Godwin, starting for USC. Godwin was the starter last year, made a lot of mistakes. I don't really know if this is the guy, 16 interceptions, but they are running it back for a final year with Godwin. Devin Childress and Pat McGee, some solid quarterbacks here in this USF room. Childress is going to get the go. He was clearly the guy up next last year, so they will give him the start. Tyler Virgin, 92 overall starter for Utah State. He had a great offseason, dual threat guy. He started for 3 seasons now. And all 3 has been very solid. First year, maybe not so much. The last 2, solid quarterback. People are saying he's going to make a big step. Very Jordan Love-like player. Josh Santoso getting the go here for UTSA. Johnny Delpit and Garrison Matthews. Fun little quarterback battle there for UTSA. Grant Monty. This guy's one of the top quarterbacks in the nation. Monty, over his first 2 years as a redshirt freshman, redshirt sophomore at Virginia Tech, has been very, very solid. From Marvel, Texas, we kind of wanted this guy, but he did end up going to the Hokies. Jimmy Paul, 86 overall at Wake Forest. He had a breakout year last year. Even though he's very inaccurate. Extremely inaccurate, can't run the ball, but 31 touchdowns, 7 picks, like that'll play. He's got a cannon of an arm, just horrible accuracy. 49% completion is just not good. Matthew Garber, 87 for Wazoo. He's, they're breaking him in. He looks the part in spring camp. Taking a look at Alabama, they will throw out, they do have Akeem here, who is a junior. He did play a little last year. I remember seeing him, the transfer from FSU, get in, and he looked good. But they won't be rolling him out. It'll be Larry Shembo, who started before Akeem went down. Shembo was okay, still not completing near as many passes as you'd like to see. James Yellowtoe gets the go for Arizona. I feel like we talk about him every year just being garbage. Trey Hollis, interesting. Arizona State, Tua Warrior transferred away, and it looked like they might have found their guy. He's very good at quarterback. Dalton Havner, the dual threat for Arkansas, also could be in for a big year, second-year starter. Showed some promise last year, even though it wasn't all sunshine for Arkansas. He was mostly good. Auburn continues to throw out some unnamed quarterbacks. What's up, Hollywood? Like, they've just had bad, like, low-rated guys this entire save. Trying to get into some of the bigger storylines. One of the biggest ones, yeah, Tua Warrior and Jake McGinnis are the new starters at Clemson. Obviously, they made the Natty last year with Julian Lewis. We beat them. Tua Warrior is going to start. Okay, not Jake. I don't want to look at Jake. I want to look at Tua. Because at Arizona State, he was a 2-year starter. Redshirted at Notre Dame last year. But yeah, we played against this guy. He didn't look good. Then he went on a tear for 2 straight seasons, became elite. Now he is at Clemson and looking like he'll be very good. Manuel Fernandez is the next guy up, though. 91 speed, 82 overall as a redshirt freshman. Jaquez Timms back for another year at Colorado. Nice offseason for him. Josh Obasuyi, uh, 2 great years over the past 2 seasons with Kansas and Duke. And he's not a basketball player. He's a football guy. He's playing at these basketball schools and he's putting up great numbers, especially on the ground. This guy, 94 speed. Oh my goodness. You're not going to catch up to him if he takes off. Brian Davey is one of the top quarterbacks in this year's draft. He's still so skinny at 181, 6'5" though. He's had 3 straight years of elite quarterback play. His freshman year still arguably his best, but he has been equally amazing in all 3 seasons. Florida might be special again this year. Yeah, the Gators might make some noise, even though they've been quiet for a while. D'Angelo Knox, we've talked about him. Didn't play last year, but the 2 years prior to that was not overly impressive. This year, though, he's getting some hype. If not, his backup, the redshirt freshman Matt Fox, Fox and Knox, I like Fox quite a bit. I think he could become very good. Think about D'Angelo Knox, 98 speed. He will blow you away in the backfield. John Casillas from Fresno State, breakout guy last year, throws a ton of interceptions, though. Like, oh my God, he makes a lot of mistakes, but he's a great athlete. Cannon of an arm, 6'3". Like, things are lining up. Jamerson Lane, one of the lower rated guys Georgia's ever thrown out there, but he is going to get the go for them. Legend Fog. Yeah, we didn't talk about this guy, but he was insane last year for Hawaii. He's going to ball out here. He was a freshman a year ago. Manu Saldiveri had a breakout year last year at Houston. Limited time his freshman year, his freshman year looked amazing. Last year looked even better. He's a guy who could be a top pick in the draft if things go according to plan. Manny Friend, pocket passing guy from Iowa, had a great year a year ago. He's expected to have a beastly season. Dustin McCourt is getting to go at Iowa State. I don't know why I really mentioned that. You see all these lower rated guys who will be getting starting opportunities. Buck Quincy, the redshirt sophomore, played in 1 game last year with LSU. Tigers are like, I'm sold. You're starting for a top 10 team. I do like Buck Quincy quite a bit, though. Miami is falling off of a cliff fast, and it is all because of the quarterback play, and they refuse to get guys in the transfer portal. They were linked to Earl Rochelle this offseason. They couldn't get him. They'll be throwing out some scrub redshirt freshman. Jimmy Gibbons, oh my improvement. Jimmy Gibbons, awful at Minnesota his freshman year as a true freshman. Then the next year, he transfers to Michigan, redshirts. The year after that, elite. He was amazing last year at Michigan, and now he's might just be one of the top taken guys in the draft. This is going to be a stacked quarterback group. Minnesota, horrible. Earl Rochelle left them in shambles at the quarterback position. Cedric Scruggs is the best quarterback Missouri State will ever get, and actually, no, that last guy was pretty good, but this guy has some crazy ratings. 97 throw power, 90 speed. That will play in the CUSA. Brian Body and Alani Toll battling for NC State. Body was left something to be desired the past 2 years, so maybe he gets beaten out. Bill Belichick will throw out Marcel Merrill. Again, he was very good last year. Won them some games, even though they will start the year unranked. I think Nebraska could easily find their way to the playoffs. Quincy Bede is not starting for North Carolina. Very interesting. He was amazing last season. It's David Vardell, top quarterback in the country, transfer from Tennessee. Last year as a redshirt freshman, showed some promise. This year, yeah, he's elite development trait. He's everything you want. Josh Ivey is the ultimate, oh, wait a minute. Was not as good last year, but as a freshman and sophomore, this guy was unreal for the UNT Mean Green. He throws for 4,000 every year. He's going to be one of the most decorated passers in college football history when it's all said and done. Don't want to know about Jamie Trevino. He's a solid backup. But we're talking about Matt Kimball, the starter at Notre Dame. He is very solid as well. It's really going to come down to who makes a big jump this year. Because, like, Isaiah Bryan, he was amazing last year. He would be the guy. But Ohio State decided to bring in somebody else, and that's Earl Rochelle. After a rough year, not horrible, last year with Minnesota, his record, I would say, the single season passing leader for Texas A&M as a freshman, that was broken last year in like week 8 by Don Dorsey. The weird thing is Rochelle was not, or Ohio State was not Rochelle's number one choice, despite the fact that they're 99 across the board. They still have the best receiver room in the country. They have a 93 overall running back, an amazing offensive line. Earl Rochelle would rather return to Aggieland. He expressed his interest in returning to Texas A&M and likely not being the starter over Gregory Ginn. However, Ohio State made a push and got him. He might even start there. Miguel Savage is here. Deontay Davis, great quarterback. Amazing. Won Freshman of the Year over Earl Rochelle that one season. He is special. Charles Lehan for Penn State will get the go. Backup journeyman guy. I think he could make some noise. He's a decent enough athlete to possibly become something at the college football level. Kenyon Cleveland, the transfer from Syracuse, he's very, very good. Oh my goodness. I wanted this guy because even though he hasn't really broken out yet at Syracuse, he is going to, because look at that overall. He's developed so well recently. Man, South Carolina with their worst quarterback room in a hot minute. Tennessee is cooked. Dennis Lawrence is returning for Texas, had a very nice year last year with the Longhorns. I think he could very well be one of the top players in the country. But I will be announcing our starter. It's going to be Gregory Ginn. For now, Gregory Ginn will be the starter over Bruce Johnson. Both these guys are going to play, though. Like, it is still, I'm going to say we're still in a battling stage. But I think both of those, taking a look at both those guys, right now, I'm leaning towards starting Gregory Ginn. I'm also going after a ton of 5 stars, including quarterbacks Ethan O'Sullivan and Alex Fayad. I'm going to put 40 points into both these gentlemen. Ethan O'Sullivan is the number 2 player in the state of Texas. Alex Fayad is the number 2 player in the state of Florida. He's the number 2 quarterback. Receivers, I'm going after some 5 stars as well. Like, if you're a 5-star, you're getting points. If you're not, you're probably not. That's how things are kind of shaping up here for this year of recruiting. Going after the number 1 player in Arizona, number 2 player in North Carolina, number 2 player in the country, and then the number 1 player in the nation, Emmett Woolfolk. I don't even know if I'm going to put points on him. He is 6'5", though. I might have to come back. I want to get these O-linemen the 5 stars because, oh my goodness, some of them are so good. Tobias Malveaux, number 3 player in Florida, number 9 in the nation, number 1 player in Oklahoma, number 5 in the nation for Nelson Matthew. I'm going to go after Steven Scruggs, the Gem 4-star, the number 2 guard. Josh Earl is the number 1 guard, just so you know. We're going after him as well. Ganny Douglas, take your points. Paul Breeze, number 2 player in Ohio, take your points. Roberto Best, take your points. Vondre Laybourne, number 1 player in Nebraska, have your points, sir. Same thing with you, Jamie Harris. Jeremiah Swope, the number 1 player in New York. everyone wants to come to Texas A&M after that historic season last year in which we became the greatest assembled team of all time. Mike linebackers, George Thrasher, the number 1 Mike linebacker in the class. Mike Wansley is number 2, and I like him as well. He's from Medford, New Jersey. Obviously the number 1 player in the state. Pierre Chamberlain, another number 1 player in his state from Pike Road, Alabama. We want him. It's going to be an uphill battle, though. We're kind of on the outside looking in. Same thing with Ty Dobbs, the number 1 player in Georgia. I'll go after Hayden Hicks as well. Anyways, that's going to be the look. Taking a look at the scores and schedules. Nothing here in week 0. Nothing fun whatsoever. I think Kansas, Southern Mississippi Southern Mississippi at Arkansas State is the marquee matchup. But this is an insane year because next year, the ACC conference realignment happens. We know that Clemson is going to want out. North Carolina is going to want out. If they don't get into the SEC, though, I feel like the ACC is a better option than the Big 12. Like, I don't think we'll have anybody leave for the Big 12 because the ACC has proved to be a much better option. But it's going to be very interesting to see how the conference realignment shakes up because this is the last year before the storm forms again and we get another 2024 where we have a ton of stuff happen. We go to Syracuse this week. Very fun matchup. It's kind of a what have you, but it's also a test for the number 1 team in the nation, taking a look at the rankings. We're number 1, Clemson at the 2, Georgia, Duke, Ohio State, Auburn. Duke is a team that easily should find itself in the SEC next year. Auburn, Michigan, Oregon, LSU, Texas, SEC, everywhere. Penn State, Ole Miss, Pitt is here at number 13. Indiana, Oklahoma State, North Carolina, Washington, Cal, Florida, USC, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Texas Tech, SMU, and South Carolina. All in the rankings. They open at Oregon, South Carolina, but they're always spoilers. They always lose to the teams you don't really think they'll lose to, but they beat somebody huge and finish the year 8-4 and consider it a solid enough season. Some crazy games this week, by the way. I just saw an insane top 10 matchup, not the game of the week. You got number 10 Texas at Pittsburgh. Texas, they've been disappointing, but this year I think they might all put it together. This is the best Texas team we've seen since year 1 and might even be better than year 1. Oklahoma State, Washington is an interesting non-con matchup. Oklahoma State's a team that's in all the shakeup, could find themselves in one of the big 2 conferences. Penn State is here. Duke is here. Ohio State, LSU, number 5 versus number 9. This is going to be a huge matchup. Earl Rochelle likely starting over Isaiah Bryan at Ohio State, which is unbelievable. LSU starting a guy who's never played before. We play Syracuse, but the marquee matchup is number 2 Clemson, number 3 Georgia. In Athens is the game of the week, College Game Day, headed to Athens as a new decade of college football begins. Bama at Georgia Tech. Bama's been horrible in the non-con recently. Indiana, Notre Dame is a ranked matchup. The Irish with a win a week ago. SMU, Colorado. SMU with Kenyon Cleveland, who might just be the best quarterback in the country. They're ranked. Cal, Wisconsin's fun. Miami, Auburn. Auburn's number 6 in the nation, but once again, starting an unproven bad quarterback. That's what's held them back. They always look like the part of a top 10 team, but finish in the 20s because their quarterback just being South Carolina, Oregon's a ranked matchup. Tulane, Baylor. Tulane is a team that over the first few years looked like they would easily become a power conference team, and they got Deuce Knight. He wasn't all that good. They just kind of fallen off since then. They might not find themselves in the power conferences in this upcoming off-season shakeup. Either way, we are going to play this game. Gregory Ginn will be getting the go, but I would not be surprised if he is not the starter over the other guy who I don't remember his name because I'm stupid. Either way, we play Syracuse. Should be an easy win. They're a solid team, very reminiscent of our game last year at Louisville, where we went to their house and beat them by 70. Now, we are not as good this year as we were last year. I'm going to put that out there immediately. Are we still national championship contenders? Absolutely. Are we still the best team in college football? Quite possibly. Are we the greatest team of all time again? No. Not even close. I'm not going to have a quarterback that drops 80 touchdowns this year. Gregory Ginn will be very solid. I don't even think we'll have a player win the Heisman like we have the last 2 seasons. Monty Ogba was dominant, but I don't think we have anyone of his caliber. And we certainly don't have anyone even near Don Dorsey's caliber. Or Willie Lovett or Max LaBelle. We are replacing a lot of great players that have left over the past 2 years. But we will get the return. We are here in the Dukes Mayo Classic game. Raphael Biggers, the running back. Biggers gets the give. Raphael Biggers up the middle. First down, Aggies. 16 yards. And moving the chains is the senior. Again, the quarterback snaps it. Rolls out, looking, fires. It is dropped. That was intended for Lamar Callis. That's our D tackle. What's this guy's question? Either way, here's Biggers. Biggers with an 8-yard gain. Very solid there from our guy. There's the snap, the throw. Jabu Rome makes the grab and moves the chains. How about Jabu Rome? Doing his thing. Ben Clemens now enters the game. The give, it's Ben Clemens. He gets a block. Clemens to the outside. It's a 9-yard gain. And once again, when we run the ball, we do well. That's kind of how it has worked over the past few years. Here's Clemens again. Last year, we threw the ball a lot more than we ran. So much more because we have a great quarterback. I think we'll run the ball more this season. We're going to spread it across several guys. Here's Celeste Miles, the tight end, who drops it. It was an interesting read, but I still think Miles could have held on to that football. Here's the give. Clemens going backwards. Clemens, it's a loss of 5. Melvin Peppers came in and gave him a hit. Frederick Teamer, against his former team, comes in. Here's a throw. Fits it in there to Celeste Miles on 3rd and 15. Gregory Ginn, that looked pretty starter-like to me as he flings it over to Miles, removes the chains. Here's the give. It's Teamer, the former Orangeman. He gets 6 against his former squad. As Teamer brings us within inside the 10 at the 6. Flag before the play. Teamer picked up about 3, but it won't count because there's a penalty against the defense, and we're going to take that. Gregory Ginn, you see, coming off of when he played last year, he was very, very good. Again, snapping it, the throw. It's Teamer, touchdown! Frederick Teamer in the end zone against his former squad, the team that put him on the map. He went from a 3-star to a 1,000-yard rusher with this Syracuse team. And now he just got a touchdown for the reigning champions. Here's the snap, the throw. It's Callis making his first grab as a 9 yards for Callis. Pretend we've named captains right now. I will do that after this game. But I'm assuming that Callis would most likely be one of our offensive captains. Ginn rolling out, doesn't like it. He'll have to throw it away. Ginn is ever so slightly slower than Don Dorsey, but he is a much smarter runner. He runs a lot more than Dorsey does. Here's the give. Teamer gets stoned. Frederick Teamer absolutely rocked right at the line. 4th and 1. We send the offense back out there. Here's the quick throw. Cornell Anthrop making the grab out of the backfield. That's one of our backs right there. Here's the snap. Again, can't find the open receiver. Now he can, and he got him. Jabu Rome. Excellent blocking by the A&M O-line, and a good job by Gregory Ginn to get outside and then wait patiently until that play developed. Nobody was open for about 8 seconds there. Here's Ben Clemens. I just saw Pitt beat Texas. Oh my God. Pitt might find their way to the Big Ten. Again, here's the give. It's Clemens. Ben Clemens up the middle, down to the 1. 5 carries already for Ben Clemens, who looks the part of our starting running back. Here's Ginn, snapping it. Lots of traffic in the end zone. Throwing, it is going to be caught. Touchdown Aggies. It's Leo Charles with the score. So some interesting names that have gotten in the end zone so far today for A&M, with Frederick Teamer and Leo Charles being the scorers. Looks like the Aggies got a takeaway. Now we're back in the red zone with this catch by Callis. Puts us at the 19. 2 catches today for Callis. 5 seconds will be the last play of the first. Again, scrambling around, throwing. It is going to be intercepted. Ginn is picked off for the first time since his sophomore season. He had 8 touchdowns and no picks. Granted, most of that time was as a backup, so he was playing against backups. But he throws a pick here. Here's the give, Biggers. Raphael Biggers, he's so good. His acceleration is amazing, even though his speed isn't great. And look who's coming out onto the field, Bruce Johnson, number 16. He gives it to Biggers, who picks up the first down, but Bruce Johnson is the starter. Here's a storyline. Johnson isn't the starter, he's on the one on the field, though, and oh my God, what a horrible throw. Reese Johnson might have just seen himself off the field. 2nd and 10, Johnson threads the needle. It's Charles. He'll pick up 8. Here's the give. Biggers reaches for the first down. Injury timeout, it'll be Melvin Peppers who is hurt on the play, and Gregory Ginn returns to the game. Man in motion. RPO, Biggers gets the catch out of the backfield. They'll pick up 4. 2nd and 6 now. Ginn has already thrown the ball 13 times. Ginn snapping it, rolling around. Likes the check down. Biggers again. Oh my goodness! Raphael Biggers, you absolute demon. Biggers hurdles a man and picks up the first down. Again, gives it to Biggers, who walks into the end zone. Touchdown Aggies. He had 16 total touchdowns a year ago, and this year he's right back at it. He's by no means the main character of our team, but when we need it, he steps up. And that's why I'm willing to play him over the 3 running backs that are rated higher than he is. Here's a throw. Biggers makes the grab. It's a 3-yard gain for the back. That's the 11th completion of the day for Ginn. If this were John Dorsey, he'd already have 200 yards passing. That just isn't the kind of player that Ginn is. Oh my God. Well, our star tight end, Celeste Miles, just dropped a pass that was in his hands. One of our most experienced players right there. Oh my goodness. And now again, missing Leo Charles. You can tell this is not as good of a team as they were last year. Still up 21-0 on Syracuse. One thing I am confident is nearly as good as it was a year ago is the defense. The offense is breaking in some new pieces, but the defense revamped and reloaded. There's the throw. It's caught. Jabu Rome out front. Again, over 100 passing. Again, on pace to easily break his career high in single-game passing yards. Here he looks for Miles, who hauls it in this time. Celeste Miles able to bring it in. We hit the 2-minute warning. Cornell Anthrop, Raphael Biggers are the running backs. Here's the throw for Callis. Callis, I am assuming Callis is the NCAA's leading returning receiver. Maybe in yards last year, and definitely for career yards. There's a throw. It's caught by Rome. Contested. Jabu Rome makes the grab. That's our 16th time moving the chains today. Syracuse has only done it twice. Again, rolling around. Short pass to Callis. Prompt our first time out of the game. Aggies moving the ball well here, trying to go up by 4 scores. Again, snapping it. Oh my God, what a pancake. Again, looking back of the end zone. Dropped. Leo Charles. That was not Ginn's fault. He put it on a dime there for Charles. He just couldn't come down with it. Now it's 3rd and 7. Here's the throw. It's out in front of Biggers, who makes an insane move. Raphael Biggers. That is the 2nd time today that he, in no world, had a first down. And somehow he made them out of nothing. We give Biggers, Raphael Biggers, towards the end zone. Timeout Aggies. Raphael, 7 carries, 61 yards. He's also got a couple receiving. Here's the give. Cornell Anthrop. Touchdown Aggies. He bullies a man and then puts it in the end zone. Cornell Anthrop, not known for his goal line abilities, but there he gets the carry and made the most of it with the score. Syracuse with a 49-yard touchdown right before half, so they're on the board. It's 28-7. And the Orange get a field goal, so it's 10 unanswered for Syracuse. Makes it an 18-point game right now. Again, rolling around. Throwing across his body, it's Biggers. Awkward throw. Biggers did make the grab. Here's again, snapping it to give Ben Clemens. Clemens almost broke a tackle there. He'll only get 4 on the play. 6 carries for 27 yards for Clemens. Has not been as good as Biggers. Here they come, the throw. It's Charles who makes the grab. Melvin Pepper is the star Mike linebacker, seems to be shaping up on the play. Stop the clock. Again, rolling around. They'll scramble. Takes up 7 on the play. That's Ginn's first time running the ball. Here's the give. Ben Clemens up the middle. Clemens off to the races. Nobody's going to catch him. It is a 47-yard house call for Benjamin Clemens. The junior running back, another former 3-star, who makes his way all the way to the end zone. 21 first downs today for Texas A&M. As we lead 35-10. Here's the give. Clemens again. Clemens picking up 4. Again, snapping it. There's the throw. Callis can't make the grab. It'll be 3rd and 6. Aggies with 164 passing and 155 rushing. Very different stat line from what they would have had a year ago. Here's the throw. It's Leo Charles who's having a career game today. He'll move the chains again. That's the 20th completion of the day. Again. There's the throw. Callis breaks a tackle. How about Callis with a 7-yard gain? Trent Callis, rough game though. 5 catches for 32 yards during the 3rd quarter. Could be better. Could be worse though. Here's Anthrop. He got sucked into a tackle. No gain. I thought he could legitimately took that to the house. 3rd down and 3. Cornell Anthrop is still back. They'll get it here. Anthrop stiff arm. 4th and 1. From midfield, we're going to go. Here's the throw. Biggers once again. He's so reliable in the receiving game as well. That's something we found recently. It's now 1st and 10. Again, rolling around. Sees Anthrop wide open. He'll make the grab in stride. Cornell Anthrop, the running back, down the sideline with a huge gain in the receiving game. Gregory Ginn to Cornell Anthrop. That's completion number 24 for Greg today. They'll give it to Cornell. Anthrop picks up 5. Nico Guillermo injured on the play. Ginn snaps it. Running away. Fires. It is dropped by Miles. Tough play to make. So we're in the Dukes Mayo kickoff game. Here's a throw. It's caught by Miles. 4th and inches. Aggies will take a field goal. Up by 28 now. 38-10. Syracuse will score. So they're staying in this game. 38-17, Anthrop remains the back. Here's the give. Cornell Anthrop will get 2. It looks like we have some changes. Bruce Johnson is the quarterback once again. And Frederick Teamer comes in at halfback. Johnson sets his feet and fires. It is blocked. Somehow hauled in by Trent Callis. That's Johnson's first completion. No, his second completion as an Aggie. Here's the give. Teamer. And Teamer picks up the first. Syracuse has 0 rushing yards today. Last time I checked, the running back was 12 carries for 19 yards. That will not play well. Teamer gets just 3 here on this carry. The Aggies have 25 first downs this game. That usually means you win, and by quite a bit as well. Here's the throw. Miles. Miles reaching, and he got it. 1st down. Celeste Miles with a huge reach. That moves the chains for Texas A&M as the Aggies are working hard here with 7 minutes left. The give. Frederick Teamer. Moving the chains. Here's the give. It's Biggers. Raphael Biggers gets 3. Oregon crushed South Carolina. That's one that the analysts will be talking about for a while. Here's a lob pass. Callis caught it, then dropped it. It'll be 3rd and 7 from the opposing 40. 6 minutes to play. You're up by 21. Bruce Johnson is in. Johnson rolling around. If he makes this throw, he might just be the starter. He put it on the dime, but Charles dropped it. 57-yard attempt for Sosa. He can't put it through. The lead stays at 21. We get it back. Here's the snap. Johnson throwing. It is caught by Rome. Johnson still comes out of the game. Ginn returns. Again, the give. It's Biggers. 1st down, Aggies. Raphael Biggers. Just 4 minutes to play. This game is getting closer and closer to turning into a W. Here's the give. Teamer dropped for a loss of 2. Frederick Teamer tackled by Conrad Kemp, the white boy, out in the secondary, and then to make a play. There's the throw. It's caught by Rome. Just a 3-yard gain. Jabu, 6 catches for 66 yards. Homage to Manialka with his stat line today. Here's Ginn scrambling. Nice move. Gregory Ginn. Juke move on 3rd and 9. Picks up the first and then slides. Number 22, Teamer, and number 23, Biggers in the backfield. That's not at all confusing. Teamer's going to go backwards again. It's 2nd and 12. Conrad Kemp with his 2nd TFL on this drive. Here's the give. Teamer, stiff arm, picks up 6. It's now 3rd down. 8 carries for 23 yards for Teamer is certainly a great team. Here's the throw. Callis. Oh my God. Yoinks off the defender and is in the hands of Lamar. Or I keep saying Lamar because that's our D tackle, Trent Callis. We're now up by 24. Syracuse with less than a minute left trying to drive, and we get it back with an interception by Forrest Bragg. Here's the handoff for Clemens. That will end the game, folks. Texas A&M gets the win. 41-17 here in the opener in the Dukes Mayo Classic. Taking a look at some of the stats. Quarterback, Gregory Ginn, 2 touchdowns a pick, still looks significantly better than Bruce Johnson. Give him a go. Running the ball, everybody touched the ball. Clemens with 84 and a score. He had that massive touchdown. Biggers. Teamer was bad. Anthrop was bad. So I think Biggers and Clemens separated themselves from Teamer and Anthrop. Receiving, a lot of people receiving as well. Rome led the way, but Miles, Anthrop, Callis, Biggers. Callis had 6 catches for 39 yards. Very disappointing. Then you had Charles and Teamer, or the guys with receiving scores. Blocking were great. Rusu and Way with 10-plus pancakes. Defensively, had the pick from Bragg. 2 sacks for Jamerson Stead. I told y'all this guy was going to be a beast. And then Trapuka with 1. And the true freshman, Easton Woodson, the D tackle with elite dev trait, getting in there. We are so good on defense. As we do our job, handle business against Syracuse, avoid the upset. Now in week 2, we'll see who we're facing up against. Oh my God, why did we move down? We went down to number 2. Oh, Georgia's number 1 because they beat Clemson. Okay. Very, very interesting. I should probably check the scores rather than checking the rankings to see what happened. What happened in week 1? Oklahoma State lost to Washington in that ranked matchup. Wake won a game. Pitt crushed Texas. USF with an upset win. Notre Dame loses to Indiana. Interesting. Oklahoma barely beats Tulsa. Cal remains ranked after a win. Baylor barely beats Tulane. Oregon crushes South Carolina. Texas Tech crushes UNLV. Auburn crushes Miami. They're top 5 now. North Texas is ranked. SMU with a huge win. Bama with a huge win. Memphis with a win in conference play against Boise State. Clemson loses in a close one to Georgia in a classic for sure. Ole Miss and Oregon State combined for 92 points. Good God. Stanford won a football game. LSU crushes Ohio State. Earl Rochelle and company moved down to number 15 already. And the rest is just FCS games. For week 2, the slate is not near as impressive. FSU and Notre Dame could be a fun one. Colorado, Mizzou. A lot more fun ones than heavyweight battles here. Pitt, West Virginia, very similar. Fun one. Pitt just beat Texas. They're top 10. They're not going to lose that game. Now that I say that, they'll find a way to do so. But as you can see, some Power 5 matchups, quite a few actually. Not really any big ranked battles, though? If any. Are there any? I didn't even see the game of the week. Oh, it's Pitt, West Virginia. This is a horrible week. Oh my god. Week 2 of 2030. Genuinely unwatchable. Everybody playing FCS schools this week. Take a look at our recruiting. Alex Fayad. We're going to have to go harder on him. Ethan O'Sullivan likes us. Emmett Woolfolk doesn't. This law, I feel like we can still get. Balaga. Okay, we're not going to get any of these guys, are we? I'm going to play this next game against FCS, and we are going to kill them. There will be no remains. Yeah, we are going to crush FCS this week. Like, it's going to be a murder. It is going to be an absolute slaughterhouse this week. As Gregory Ginn is the solidified starter over Bruce Johnson. Here we go. 1st and 10 in the All-Marines. First game of the season at home. The give is Biggers. Raphael Biggers picks up just 3. Ginn snapping it. Here he'll throw. It's caught by Celeste Miles. The tight end looks so fast compared to these FCS guys. It's a 30-yard gain for our tight end, Celeste Miles. Here's the snap. Ginn rolling, throwing. Miles, touchdown. That's a 15-yard dot from Ginn to Miles for the score. Oh my goodness, we already have goal to go. Alani Teo this time with the pick. From the 2-yard line. Here's the give. It's Ben Clemens, and he's in for the touchdown. Ben Clemens with a 2-yard rushing score. As we take a quick 14-0 lead. They convert on 4th down. Cole Stockdale, absolute legend. No cap off the drive with a tutty. My goodness. Okay, FCS. Ginn rolling around. They'll scramble. No blockers, but he picks up 16 anyways. How about Gregory Ginn? Snapping it. Good to throw. Jabu Rome makes the grab. It'll be 3 yards for Jabu. Play action. Leo Charles is wide open. Charles, oh my god, is he alive? I don't even know. Got rocked on that hit, but it will be down at the 11, 1st and 10. The give, it's Biggers, who somehow makes it through that gap. He'll pick up 6 on the play. Raphael Biggers with his longest run of the day so far. Stand one around. Again, gonna have to throw it away. 3rd and 4 now from the 5. That's Ginn's first incompletion throw. Callis makes the grab. Touchdown. Trent Callis with his first score as an Aggie. He's in for the touchdown. 21-7 is your current score. Ginn throwing, it's Biggers, makes the grab, but it's only a 3-yard gain. Ginn throwing out in front, it's caught by Miles. Celeste Miles once again having the game of his life. Here's Rome, makes the grab for a first. Again, just gotten up this FCS defense as we continue to move down the field. Here's the give. Biggers gets to the outside. Good move. It's up 6 on the play. Here's the give. Biggers had a pancake. Raphael Biggers down to the 1. 5 carries, 31 yards today for Raphael Biggers. And Ben Clemens joins the game. And that's the same play Teamer got him with last game. This time it's Clemens with a 1-yard touchdown catch. It's now 28-7. Aggies get it back on the Cornell Anthrop punt return. There's the throw, caught by Clemens. Ben Clemens, the running back, all the way down to the 8-yard line. It's a 32-yard gain by the halfback. Again, will go for his back again. He overthrows him. 2nd and goal now for Gregory Gibb. They'll roll out. Come on. Gregory again down to the 3. Tried to outspeed there. Didn't get it. We'll try the halfback draw with Clemens, and it will not work. Oh my God. Loss of 3 on the play. Settling for a field goal to make it a 24-point lead. Alright, so 3 minutes to play. Again snaps it. Rolling away. He gets sacked. That was, oh my God, Gabe Wimberly on the sack. What a play there. Might go down again. Again's got to throw it away. I think it's going to be intentional grounding against our starting QB. So from our own 6 on 3rd and 27, we'll snap it. And again, we'll lob it up. Trent Callis. Oh my God. Don Dorsey would have put that on the dime. So we punt for the first time this game. A minute 53 to play in the half. We get it back. There's a quick pass for Callis. Nice move. Moving the chains. How about Trent Callis doing this thing? Here's the snap and the give for Clemens. It's a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. Clemens having a rough day running the ball, by the way. Here's the throw. Callis has him beat. Makes the... No, he doesn't. Again, continues to overthrow his receivers. What is happening? Here's the throw. Teamer makes the catch in stride. Jukes it upfield. Selfish play there, but got him a couple extra yards, so I'm fine with it. Aggie first. Here goes Teamer to the outside. Teamer, nice move. Frederick Teamer all the way to the house. It's a 28-yard house call for Teamer, who just had the longest run of his Aggie career. It's 38. Oh my God, we just got a pick 6. Taylor Virgil, the best player in college football, with the pick 6 for Texas A&M. It is now 45-7. Entering the second half. Here's the snap again. Doesn't know where to go. He'll throw and connect. Somehow he gets that one to Callis. Okay, if Rome or Callis does not catch this for a touchdown. Here's a throw. Jabu Rome. Boom. Walk in. Touchdown. Jabu with a 56-yard catch for the score. And it's 52-7 right now. Oh my goodness. This is just not fair. This is not fair what we are doing to these poor FCS souls. Again, snaps it to give its teamer on the inside zone. Teamer with another huge gain. Teamer, who struggled so badly last week against his former squad, looks so good this week. Here's a give. Another one for Teamer, who picks up 6. 4 carries, 57 yards today for Frederick Teamer. I will snap it. There's Callis. Makes the grab. Trent Callis outspeeds 4 people. Oh my goodness. He had 4 people coming at him from in front, and he just ran around them. Didn't even need to juke. Tiptoes into the end zone. Trent Callis with the house call. So from our own 5, we get it now. Up by 52. Here's the give. It's Teamer. They'll pick up 2. Again, slides after picking up the first down. Nice game there. Ben Clemens returns. Has the back. They give it to him. Clemens gets to the outside. Clemens breaking tackles. It's a huge gain for Ben Clemens. I thought there was a chance there that he could have taken it all the way. Here we go. Again, snapping it. He has the open man. It's Miles. Couldn't get it to him, though. I don't know if that was underthrown or what. Are we also going to talk about that the FCS quarterback is 9 of 30 passing? My goodness. Pancake from the center. No, that's Chikwuma, the guard, who actually got it. That was the entire reason that Ben Clemens just got that insane carry there. Thanks to Gideon Chikwuma, the guard. Here's a throw. Miles makes the catch. It's a 7. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually subbing Proctor the second time. See what we have in him. Here's the give. Lemons up the middle. First down, Texas A&M. Ben Clemens on this drive doing his thing. Here's again the snap. Another pancake from Chikwuma. That's Rusu actually that time. I don't even know which O-lineman's which, but we are bullying this FCS D-line. We get pancakes every single snap. Ben Clemens or Raphael Biggers or Frederick Teamer, whoever it is, just gets to run quiet. Here's the give. Clemens up and over. Touchdown. The nonchalant hurdle from Ben Clemens for the score. Love to see it. 66-7 is your score. Demontre Trapuco with the pick. He's going to be a top pick in the draft. He's so good. And yeah, it's time to put in those backups as Bruce Johnson comes in the game. He'll give it to I just said Cornell Anthrop, but then I thought it was Frederick Teamer, but then I realized it was Cornell Anthrop. So it's a 9-yard gain for him. Here's the give. Boom! Loss of 3 on the play for Anthrop. Here's the throw, Tyler G. That's the first catch of his career, the blocking tight end, sophomore. As Bruce Johnson gets it in there too. Here's it's Cornell. 298 passing, 210 rushing today for Texas A&M. It's just crazy. Here's the snap, Leo Charles. Oh no, he didn't get it. Here's Here's the snap, the throw. It's Boudreaux. (69-7) is your current score. Here's the give and drop, going backwards again. Taylor Virgil, look at that, is slotted in a wide receiver. Oh, no way. No. Taylor Virgil, an 80-yard receiving touchdown for the corner. Somehow, Taylor Virgil, the 98 overall, one of the top-ranked players. He was, the number 2 or 3 player in the portal. Came to us from North Carolina. Oh my goodness, he made the catch again. No way. Is it another house call? Taylor Virgil. I think we just found the next Travis Hunter. It's a 62-yard score. That's 2 catches, 142 yards for Virgil. I mean, these are FCS, likely FCS backups that we're up against. But still, dude, what earth did I just find out? Johnson, here's the give. It's Anthrop. They'll pick up 8. The give, Biggers still. Rafael Biggers, as the Aggies lead by 70 here at the 2-minute mark.
That's good for a fighting Texas Aggie.
Here's the give for Anthrop. They'll get just 2. Shaq Lockett hurt again. This guy does not stop getting injured. Kiki Alati is the back. They'll give it to him. Kiki Alati. Here's the snap. Johnson throwing, intended for Proctor. Incomplete. It'll be Jimmy Maggio, or whatever his name is, the transfer from Tulane, comes in, the 3rd-string QB. Going for Brian Haynes. Brian Haynes with his first career catch, the white receiver sophomore. Maggio with his first completion as Maggio. They'll give it to Blaine Stye. We've got like the 3rd strings right now. As Stye got the carry there. Give, it's Biggers. 1st down. Here's Frederick Teamer. No. Teamer. No. Frederick Teamer down to the 7. Okay, am I going to get Maggio a passing touchdown? I think I might. Here we go. Oh, never mind. I just threw an interception. That's so goofy. Play on defense, trying to get a safety here. Yeah. Oh, man, that was easy. Holy cow, Dion Gathers brought him down here for this last play. I just, why not send everybody deep? Oh my goodness, is that I said that was the last play that I didn't like this one. Proctor, the tight end, does he beat him outside? I know Virgil will. Proctor. Oh my goodness, the tight end, Proctor, makes the ground. And that is the final, well, we'll do one more play to try to make it 92-13 here. and we can't. So it's 85-13, your final score. I think we just found that Taylor Virgil is a two-way player. Gregory Ginn, 5 touchdowns, no picks. Bruce Johnson, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Jamie Maggio, he was just playing. Rushing, Ben Clemens was great. Oops. Yeah, rushing. What a game last night. Yeah, very solid game. I mostly liked what I saw, especially from the offense. Yeah, Teamer was amazing. Clemens, they both combined for a great game. Biggers, very solid. Ginn and Prop. And then Aladi Mustai was just like, here's your usual touch the ball one time a season. Receiving, Taylor Virgil. The 98 overall corner had 2 catches, 2 house calls for 142 yards. Miles was great. Jabu was very good at a big score. Proctor with the catch late. Dallas with 2 touchdowns. Clemens had a receiving score. And everybody even got 1 catch. Blocking was very good. Rusu with another 12 pancakes. That's a big breakfast. Sacks, 3 for Ed Ramesh. He had 20-something last year for USC. Gillen with a sack. Gathers with a sack. Alaka with a sack. Gathers had the sack for the safety. And then Virgil, 2 picks, 2 touchdowns. Give him the Heisman. Oh my God. Travis Hunter could never. Alani Teo with a pick as well. And Monte Trapuco with 1 as well. Legitimately, though, give Taylor Virgil the Heisman. Give it to him. Give him the Heisman. All right, I'm going to do a quick little update of the depth chart here. Oh, I have Kike Omami also being a guy. But, like, where is Taylor Virgil? Because, oh my goodness, he's a guy. Have some two-way players. I think Kike Omami might actually be better as a two-way player. This is the new depth chart. Boom. Recruiting, I really don't want to do this, but I guess I will. Tight end, Isaac Mustard, not going to get him. Offensive tackle. Oh my God, why is this happening? Alright, actually, I think we'll just send. I'll really deep dive into recruiting after this last game of the episode, because this is going to be the 3rd and final game of the episode, in which we lose out on that guy. I don't know how we moved down a rank. We're still the reigning champs, still haven't lost a game in like years. Of course, Taylor Virgil's Defensive Player of the Week. Does he win offensive as well? Oh, that's so... Okay, it's deep national defense. I thought that was Offensive Player of the Week as well. We play Nebraska. We play Bill Belichick, a rematch of that one time. We played him. The 3 times that we have been in the college football playoffs and not won the Natty, we've been in the college football playoffs a total of 4 times. 3 of those times, 2 of those 3 times we lost to the eventual Natty winners, and the other time we lost to Duke, who made the Natty and lost to Georgia. So one of those times was the most recent, in which we lost to UNC, where Bill Belichick and his squad didn't even make the ACC championship game, ran the table as the 7th-ranked team, and won the Natty. Then he jumped ship for Nebraska, shocking everybody. And they were solid last year, 9-4. This year they looked the part. And what would be crazier than going to Aggieland and knocking off the now, for some reason, number 2 ranked Aggies? We started last year number 1 and have not lost since then. I don't know how we've moved down in the rankings multiple times. Start this year number 1, we were already number 2. Still, haven't lost. Have not lost since we lost to Bill Belichick. That's the last time we lost a football game. It was in the playoff in 2028 against the Tar Heels. I would love nothing more than to absolutely destroy this Nebraska team with Gregory Ginn and the rest of the squad. Here's Biggers, picks up 6. Solid enough game there. Snap. Play action. Throw. Biggers makes the grab. Raphael Biggers. Oh my goodness. Nice move. Inside the 20. It's a 34-yard gain on the reception by Raphael Biggers. Got a hat trick in the Natty. Went from being like an absolute afterthought, like the 5th string on our team, to only getting playing time on 3rd downs, to hat trick in the Natty. Biggers gets the carry here, he'll only get 1. He's touched the ball on every play. He'll come out and take a breather as Ben Clemens comes in. Again, snapping it on 3rd and 7. Rolling out. He'll scramble. Again, directing traffic, picks up the first down to the 18. Aggies working in the red zone now against the Cornhuskers. Here's the give. It's Anthrop. Cornell Anthrop to the outside. Touchdown, Aggies. It's a house call for Anthrop. 18 yards to the outside for the score. And Nebraska already losing. Belichick, the former national championship head coach, against Mike Elko, the reigning national championship head coach. There's the throw. It's Charles making the grab.
That's good for Fighting Texas Aggies.
Should have put Rowan as the slot receiver. Here we go. Here's the snap. Jim doesn't know where to look. Oh my God, did he catch that? Somehow he fit that in there to number 9, Leo Charles. Really like fun. Gabu Young. Here Jim pulls it, loses 3. Hold up, I'm gonna make a switch so Jabu Rome is the slot receiver, and then my two-way guys get time. Yeah, Jabu Rome is in the slot now. And yeah, look at that, Omama gets playing time. There's Miles wide open. Celessi Miles makes the grab over the shoulder. And he's tackled down at the 18. Again, is 4 of 4 right now. Play action. Callis is bottled up. Now he's not. I'm forcing it. It's caught. Callis. Trent Callis reaching. And he didn't get it. But now it's 1st and goal. Again, throwing it from the 1. Dangerous move. He'll just run it in there. Touchdown Aggies, the 2nd rushing score in the collegiate career of Gregory Ginn. Steps up, makes the throw. It's Jabu. Jabu Rome to the outside. How about that? It's a 29-yard gain for Jabu Rome. See what Omama can do here. He's kind of bottled up. Everything. Oh. Here's Ginn snapping it. Oh my God, what an air ball. 3rd and 10 as Ginn just flat out misses his guy. We'll do the halfback screen to Clemens. He's a very solid receiving back. Let's see if he can. Oh my God, no blockers. We lost like 7 yards. Holy shit. That play could not have gone worse. So we went from 4 of 4 for 81 yards to 5 of 7 for 74 yards. Very quickly. Still crushing them with our defense. Like, they can't do anything offensively, which is a complete opposite of what it was like in that playoff game. Like, they were doing whatever they wanted. Taylor Virgil was not on that team. He was at Here's the give. Clemens, first down. Then Clemens moves the chains. Here's the snap. Lob pass for Omame. The transfer, who did not make the grab. So it's 2nd and 10. The give. Clemens. Here's Glenn snapping. Rolling out, he's sacked. Big loss. It's Dorian Kell. Brings him down for a 14-yard loss on the play. We get it now as Jermaine Maine with a huge interception. Goal to go. Clemens going to lose 2. 3rd and goal now from the 3 rather than 2nd and goal from the 1. Again, rolling out. Oh my God. No way. I was like, if he threads that needle, that would be insane. Kike Omame with a drop. So yeah, I really think Taylor Virgil is the guy out wide receiver. Everyone locked up left. Again, got to throw it. 3rd and 10. We're getting killed right now. Virgil is in the game at wide receiver. Here's the throw. Clemens makes the grab. The running back moves the chains with that catch.
That's good for a fighting Texas Aggie.
As Texas A&M heads to the 2-minute warning.
Here we go.
Again, throwing, knocked away. Tyrone Huntley, the D tackle, seems shaken up.
22,
Puts it on the ground where it's picked up by the Aggies. The ruling on the field is that there was a fumble. We'll never know if it was overturned, but it seems as if it may have been. Oh! That's a pick 6. That is a pick 6. That should have been... Yeah, that should have happened for Nebraska. Oh my goodness, that guy had it right in his hands. And that would have been the touchdown that would keep it within, that would put it within 1 score. Now it's 17-7. No, we are still very much... Like, Gregory Ginn can't complete pass right now. Our O-line is the worst it's been in years this game. But we're still in control as Frederick Teamer with an 18-yard carry moves the chains there. Here's the give. Teamer again will get nothing. Here we go. Again, Nebraska sending it. He'll throw and drop. Slips, but now he's back on his feet. The running back moves the chains. It's a 16-yard gain. And the receiving for Cornell Anthrop. Here's the snap. Play action. Throwing, Leo Charles makes the grab on the dime from Gregory Ginn. Ginn has no passing touchdowns today, but they're still playing quite well. Here's the handoff and drop with a solid 7-yard gain. Ginn snapping it. Rolling out, throwing, it is caught! Nope, dropped by Taylor Virgil. The elite corner could have had his third receiving touchdown of the year. He had 2 picks, 2 touchdowns a week ago. There's the throw. That's Leo Charles, makes the grab. The Aggie offense stays out there. Cornell Anthrop gets the carry and gets stonewalled. Nebraska makes their stand. Here comes this Aggie defense in the toughest place to play. But Nebraska's going to get out of safety territory. Marcel Merrill with a nice pass. He's looked short a lot today, but Nebraska brings it within 3. They've scored 14 unanswered. It's now 17-14. Texas A&M still in the lead. It's anyone's game between unranked Nebraska, who is a top 25 talent team. They're just not ranked right now. We're number 2, though, and we should be number 1 because we started here. Again, oh no, he's sacked. Loss of a bunch. Second of the day for Nebraska. Aggies have 3. So we've even got that on. Just going to send Virgil on the street. Here's the throw, Trent Callis. Callis won't do anything. Aggies will have to punt it back to the Huskers, who have all the momentum in the world. But there's a pick. Forrest Bragg does it again. Here on 1st and 10, Texas A&M is in control. Here's the snap. Again, throwing it incomplete. Then we'll get it for 2. Frederick Teamer gets just 2. As now on 3rd down, again to scramble. Throws it incomplete. 4th down, Aggies will go for a 6-point lead. And they get it. It's 20-14. Nebraska moves the chains on 3rd and long. They move it on 4th and 2. And then another interception. Taylor Virgil this time. The Aggie defense forces turnovers. A lot. And a lot of them. There's Teamer. He'll lose 2. Here's the snap again. Going up with Teamer. Nice move. Teamer picks up 7. Here's the snap. Again, throwing. It's Callis. Makes the grab. He's been quiet today. From the 27, we'll go for a multiple possession lead. 23-14 is your current score. This is the lowest we've ever scored in a game since a while ago. Maybe, yeah, this might even be less than we did against UNC in that playoff game. Again, with so much room to run. He slides after a big game. Very good. Got 6 carries for no yards. That was a huge carry. Here's the give. Teamer. Frederick Teamer goes out of the game with an injury. 6 carries, 30 yards. And aside from that big 18-yard run, it has not been great. Here's the snap. Jabu Rome is wide open. He drops it on 2nd and 8. He was so unbelievably open. Jabu Rome cannot come down with it. And that is very, very costly to our team. And again, Hit as he throws. Cannot complete a pass right now. We'll go for another field goal, make it a 12-point lead. Jamie Sosa is the MVP of this game right now. Gregory Ginn's coming out after this play. So we see Bruce Johnson getting set. Frederick Teamer with the carry. Teamer inside the 15.
That's good for a fighting Texas Aggie.
Bruce Johnson snaps it to give Biggers. Raphael Biggers with a nice 9-yard gain. Puts the Aggies over 100 rushing today. Bruce Johnson throwing. Biggers makes the grab. Touchdown. Bruce Johnson with a passing touchdown before Gregory Ginn. This is very interesting that Bruce Johnson's in this game now. Johnson lobbing it up for Trent Callis. Callis will not hold on there. Reggie Hasty was hastily covering. Here's the give. It's team. They lose a yard. 3rd and 11. Thomas Rivas was the defender. They'll give it to Ben Clemens, who on 3rd and 11 is going to move the chains. Ben Clemens is another 6 carries, 44 yards today for Clemens. Johnson snaps it, rolling out. Johnson throwing. It is blocked by Rome. Moves the chains. Nebraska's thrown the ball 55 times today. Jesus. Pancake, Anthrop picks up 4. He'll get injured. As that's an injury timeout with 37 seconds left in the game. Biggers stays in bounds. Picks up a nice bit. Dorian Keel injured again. Aggies up by 19. Bruce Johnson still at quarterback. Here's the give. Clemens. 9-yard gain. They're on 2nd and 1. It's going to be the last play of the game. Johnson snaps. Gives it for Clemens. We'll call it now just because we hate these guys so much. Then we'll take a knee. Take a knee on the opposing 1-yard line. And you win 33-14. A nice win as we pulled away in the win over Nebraska, but it was scary there. Ginn was not particularly impressive. Bruce Johnson came in, and we're going to have another quarterback guy, because I still am not convinced that Ginn is better than Johnson. I know Johnson's got more potential, but I thought Ginn was the guy right now. He did have a rushing touchdown, and Anthrop got in as well. Clemens, Teamer, and Biggers were the top rushing guys. Receiving, everyone got the ball a bit. Charles, Rome, what's his name? Callis continues to be so disappointing. Biggers, Miles is here. The receiving game has kind of been a disaster. Rusu gave up another sack. Aragoose gave up a sack. But Tyler Way, 15 pancakes. 2 sacks from Jamerson Stead. Another two from Easton Woodson, the freshman D tackle. 1 pick for Miami, pick for Bragg, pick for Virgil. 3 TFLs for Woodson, 2 for Trafuca, 2 for Stead, 1 for Winston. And that's going to be the end of this episode, I think. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm very excited to get through the rest of this season because this is an interesting team. I think they might have what it takes to defend their title as the national championship winners from a year ago. But if you take a look at our schedule, it's not going to be very easy from here. We go to number 11 Ole Miss. That's a team that could give us some trouble. At Arkansas, we host Bama, host Troy. Then the bye week, then it's when it gets really bad. You go to 24th ranked Missouri, host Oklahoma, who crushed us when they were in our house 2 years ago. Mississippi State's kind of a free win. But you go to number 1 Georgia, and then 2 Texas. I don't know if we're going to get through this entire schedule 12-0. Actually, I think we probably won't. I think there is a much higher chance that we lose a game, or maybe even two, than there is that we go back and win every game like we did last year. But I hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one.